Welcome back to another video, and I'm doing a big change to my Sarco. Well, not really a big change, but I'm going to be swapping out Strong Jaws for Patient Lurking. The reason I'm doing this is because Death Roll is good, yes, and it can be used as pretty much an instant takedown weapon to like instantly, KO a target. The problem is, it takes all your stamina for that. And again, it's not like you're going to be able to grab targets all the time. I think I'm going to be sticking with Patient Lurking. I've tested it in the deathmatch as well. And it looks like it's very effective with that extra 20% damage, which means your 50 damage bite does go up to 60, and Swerve 60 damage bite can still go up to it still goes up to 70. Which means you're still getting good damage output out of it. Which means fighting Sucos, especially who run hook snap underwater with muffled roar, it's going to be much easier to deal with. Also, I am going to be switching my Sucos hide back to waterlogged because against Mega Packs, it looks like I can't really escape or really fight in the water with that. So I'm going to go back to muffled roar. I'm going to go back to waterlogged and muffled roar for the build. Still sticking with bite and of course hook snap, and gonna be sticking with those abilities still. Oh, and backhand's gonna stay, but besides that point, I'm gonna try this out. See, well, I mean, I tested it already, and it looks like I was actually able to fight a Tylo. The Tylo wasn't bad either. He was trying to utilize Bone Break, I kept dodging it. Every time we would get in there, he would sometimes even bite the tail, which I'm glad Armor Tail actually counters armor-piercing attacks, which is good. So, and I was able to actually fight the Tylo pretty well. I was literally like really low though at the end of the fight, but ended up killing it, which was pretty good. So it shows that, especially with Patient Lurking, that that extra 20% damage in the water definitely is very helpful. In terms of fighting a Spino, if the Spino has lunging bite, I cannot fight it because that sucker does a lot of damage in the water. And in terms of dealing with Sucos, yeah, I'll be able to potentially outdamage a Suco as long as I can stay on its sides and avoid its hook snap. And just hope also that they're running barrage abilities mostly to dodge them all. If I can dodge them. But anyway, back to it. Anyway, gonna get out of the home cave now. Yeah, I'm no longer on the solo servers, not after the mayhem that is with the, not gonna deal with the mayhem of the mega packs taking more of an advantage of people now that they're mostly solo on those servers, so I'd rather be on here where you have actually a better chance of encountering solos than on the other server. And I made sure I freed enough space to now have enough, space for recording actual videos. So don't worry, I shouldn't have any problems with videos getting cut out of nowhere because of space. Turns out the reason too why I had so much like space being taken up, I had Ark Survival Evolved still installed with the DLCs too. And I have not touched that game in like 2 to 3 years at this point. So I just uninstalled it because I'm like, I'm not playing this game. And if you're expecting Ark content, I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing Ark Survival Evolved content. I can't play that game solo. That is the one Dino game I definitely cannot play solo. It's just not a doable experience. Anyway, I forgot to start my recording on here. So yeah, sorry to anyone who probably would have wanted to see that. It's not gonna happen though. I cannot play that game solo. And I just realized I'm supposed to be going this way.
Tomorrow.
Alright, so it's the next day of recording, and I know I said I wasn't gonna be going back on the official or on the solo servers, but I decided to come back to it. All I'm going to be doing now is I'm just going to be paying way more attention to the map now to know what's popular, what's not, so I know where to avoid. Because, to be fair, the last time I died, I wasn't paying attention to... I wasn't paying attention to where everybody was at, where everything was at. I wasn't paying attention. So, I'm going to continue on with the solo servers, and we'll see how this goes, because, honestly, I have no idea how it's going to really go anymore. All I know is I just gotta avoid just pretty much the heavily populated areas. So I'm not gonna be going to Siege's Forest. I'm not gonna be going to, oh, that's a Spino. But I'm not going to be headed to those areas. I'm just going to stay away from them. I mean, they don't look popular at the moment, but I don't think I would want to take a chance there. You never know if duos are going to be sitting there just chilling. You never know. So the plan is just simply to just survive again, get into some combat, and I think it's better to combat here anyway, because you never have to worry about, like, them calling a friend over. Never have to worry about a revenge kill, because again, pretty much it's literally anti-revenge kill with you forced to switch, like, you pretty much have to log out of the server just to switch dinos. So it's not a big deal. I'm gonna just stick to it, gonna deal with it, see what we can accomplish, see what fights I can get into, because again, I still wanted to continue fighting with especially patient lurking, since I get more damage in the water, which I think that 20% will definitely make a difference. Especially when dealing with the Sarco, who potentially is running muffled roar, like pretty much going to full aquatic build. I feel like that's the only way to really deal with those, is to simply, well, you know, have just higher damage output in the water. That's the whole gist of it. I feel like a good change, though, to kind of counter the Mega Packs and Discord groups is, honestly, remove the social tab. Completely get rid of it. I think the social tab should not be a thing. I think they should definitely just remove the social tab so, like, Mega Packs don't become too rampant on here. I think that would be, like, literally the safest thing they can do. Because that's how they can tell if they're in the same server with their friends, is by simply looking at the social tab. Because the only other option they probably would have to even, like, seeing if their friends are in the same server with them is like, okay, where are you? Oh, I'm at Cedrus Forest. Okay, let me go ahead and just start one calling for me. Just start one calling like crazy for me. And pretty much that would give them a way for other players to take them down before they can even get to their friend. If they're even on the same server, that's the thing. Because they could get there and be like, alright, I'm here at Cedrus, are you still here? Yeah, I'm one calling a lot. I don't hear you. Okay, we're on different servers then, that means. And they'll keep trying to go into a different server, well, they'll probably end up going into the same server they were in last time. So we'll never know what kind of changes again, because again, this is just a test for the solo servers right now. I am hyped to see the future though for this. I do know there is definitely ways of them countering the Mega Packs and Discord groups. I think the first step should definitely be removing the social tab. The social tab is literally not needed. Like, it does not need to be on here. It can literally just get removed. Because again, social is for grouping, and if this server is not really going to be allowing grouping, they should just simply remove it. So it turns out the server right now only has like about 40 players on. Which means Cedrus Forest isn't actually it shouldn't be that dangerous to go to now. I know I said I wasn't going to go there, but if there's only 40 players on, that means I'm not going to find anyone anywhere else. This is probably the only place I'll probably actually find some players. And I am hearing Rex's one call right now. I don't know if it's 2 or 1 I was hearing, but I think it was 2. Don't know if they're duoed up, though. Have no idea. Ooh, another croc here. I think I'm gonna have to fight you, buddy. There can only be one! Can only be one croc, buddy. Sorry to say it to you. Oh, why didn't he lunge? Did his lunge just bug out? Oh my gosh. I feel like he wasted more stamina because one of his lunges didn't work. Gotcha. Sorry, buddy. I don't trust other crocs in the area. Well, that's a first fight, but he didn't really put up much of a fight after a while. He gave up shortly after. Probably was running rugged scales too, because if he was running the armored sub, he would probably be more confident in that fight. If I saw he was being too confident, I could have probably just taken it to land and just tried to swerve him, because out of the water you would have no armor. But last time I tried that didn't work, so we'll see what would have happened. Damn. Noticing two teamers already. Conky and a Picno. Rex is kind of playing it smart, keeping himself on the corners, but again, he can't get just pushed in the water by the freaking Picno. And the Picno, all it's gonna do now is rest to heal. I'm not gonna attack the Rex, but I think I might take out one of the teamers. The Conky seems like the easiest bet to take out right now, because the Picno would just run away into land. So I think who I'm gonna take down is the Conky to give the Rex a bit of help. I don't like third partying, but again, I'm getting sick and tired of seeing people team on freaking on the solo servers. It's getting annoying. Need the Conky to drop into the water. That's what I needed to do. The Rex can do it by just simply tail whacking him in. Could do that. Oh, almost had him. Oh, there we go. Now the fight's evened out. Picno don't got a teammate no more. I didn't need strong jaws to finish him off. I just needed one good bite underwater because I deal 60 damage underwater with patient lurking. Honestly, I don't know why I never equipped patient lurking beforehand. Like, again, death roll, yes, is strong with strong jaws, but like, when it comes to fighting in water, it just was useless, strong jaws, especially against things that like you couldn't grab. I should have had patient lurking equipped a long time ago, because that extra damage underwater will definitely help against either semi-aquatics or aquatics. Because again, that 1.5 second cooldown on the bites, it can be brutal. It can be very brutal. It's the same thing with Spinal's problem too, right? At the moment where Spinal's bite, I think, is like a 1.7 second long cooldown. I think it's 1.7. Yeah, 1.7 seconds. And even his claw attack, it's a regular claw attack, having a 2-second cooldown. Meaning you have to pick your builds very carefully. Well, I'm leaving Siege's Forest, though, just in case they come back for revenge. Which, it's going to be harder for them to do that here on the solo servers, but I'm just going to leave Siege's Forest. At least I gave the Rex a bit of a fighting chance now against something that's now solo. I'm actually curious, though. Death Roll does 50 damage at base without strong jaws. With patient lurking, does the damage boost actually count if you're using it underwater? I'm actually curious about that. Does that mean that instead of dealing 50, will I deal 60 damage underwater too with Death Roll as long as I'm using it underwater? Actually, I have no idea. I'm curious though if I'm dealing more damage still even underwater without strong jaws, as long as it's just used underwater. Not sure. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure it does count. I'm pretty sure it does count because technically you're dealing damage underwater, so I think the death roll does count to dealing 60 damage underwater now. Plus the combat weight bonus, meaning I'll technically do a little bit more than 60. Alright. I don't know why he did that. Okay. Well, I don't know why that aloe did that, but that was a quick, easy fight. Sorry I had to mute, my roommate had to call me for something. But that was food that will last me here. I feel like this would be a good spot for my croc to be at, especially with patient lurking now. My oxygen will drain a lot slower, meaning I could stay submerged without anything noticing me for a much longer time. Must be a newbie aloe that attacked me though, because there should be no reason for a juvie or I think it was adolescent, like maybe fresh adolescent. I don't think there was a reason for it to be doing that. And another croc is about to bite the dust. Oh, that swerve did it. Okay. Oh, that's... did hear footsteps. I'm like, what the heck is here? Like something actually was here, but nope, it was another croc. Well, my hunger's full. It barely drained. Again, I was barely hiding. I was hiding in here maybe for about, what was it, like less than 5 minutes? Nah, not 5 minutes. I think it took, maybe about 10 minutes? No, not even 10. How long would it, I think it was like 8 minutes it took for something to finally show up, and it was just another croc. What the freak? Oh, what the freak? It's a frog! Sucker came out of nowhere when I was resting. Oh, so the person did come back for revenge as an AI. That's what happened. Oh gosh. I came straight out of nowhere. I heard a frog in the distance, but I'm like, that's probably just an AI frog. But I didn't know it was an alpha that came here. That sucker came straight out of nowhere. I think I'm gonna head back out into the main sea, though, into the main ocean area. Yeah, I think it's time. I gotta remember, there's only like 40 players on the server right now. I even checked it already. There's only 40. Which means server is not really filled with players at the moment. So I would have to leave and try to go somewhere else where it's a little more populated. Not Cedrus, though. I think I'm done with Cedrus. Fudge, it's a spino. I'm kind of screwed against the spino. Yeah, that one lunging bite did that much damage. I just gotta keep swimming. My best bet is to escape into the home cave. I don't know where he is. I hear him, but I don't see him. Gotcha! Whoo! Ooh, that was risky. Oh, that was so risky. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna heal or anything in here though, or recover stamina. I wanna get full stamina at least. Let's see, my stamina should recover out here, right? Yeah, but not my health. Where'd he go? He said no players were here. Did he actually leave? Yeah, Spino with lunging bite and lunge. Not doable for a fight. I cannot fight that. Saw how much damage that freaking lunge did the moment it freaking landed. Even when it landed on the, like, towards the base of my tail, that did so much damage. My armor could not protect me from that. Yes, if a Spino has that ability, I cannot fight that. I've already tested it in the deathmatch. If they have that ability, it's literally unwinnable. That attack just deals so much damage. I think your only best bet to deal with a Spino with that ability is to just either outmaneuver it like what I just did in the rocks, or just run to land and hope that it just runs out of stamina before you do. Yeah, that sucked. That really sucked. A Spino with aquatic ability is just not doable for a Sarco to beat unless you have the O2 bite, which I don't have. I wasn't even trying to go to that home cave, actually. I was just trying to head over to the next... I was trying to head over to, Tallbrush. Because I heard apparently there's a decent bit of traffic that goes there. I was about to say traction. I'm like, traffic. I meant to say traffic. Jeez, I'm forgetting my words. Spinal is gone. Good. I don't know how I managed to evade it, but I did. I heard him circling the rocks too, but then all of a sudden, the moment I'm ready to exit the home cave, he was already, like, done. I didn't think about it too. You need not just O2 bite, you need strong lungs to fight a full aquatic, Spino. Damn, why does that lunging bite deal so much damage? I need to look it up how much it does. I'm gonna look it up right now on my phone. That was insane damage that my own freaking armor could not protect against. 108 damage while underwater? It deals 108? That's not even counting combat weight difference either. Yeah, so that means fighting a spino underwater, unless you have an apex of your own, is pretty much undoable when they have that. Especially if they're not missing it. I feel like the only thing you can do is probably just try to get behind them and try to just ride the sail and just start attacking it. Because that counts as body damage. That is insane. 70 damage too at base is pretty crazy. So which means even if it's used on the surface, it'll still do pretty good damage. Okay, so yeah, that is a... Yeah, I won't be fighting a spino in the water with that. Unless I can potentially get behind it. But again, if they have lunge or lunging... If they have lunge, they can just reposition themselves to get away. Especially if they have sweep. If they have a sweep, which does knockback in the water, they can just reposition themselves like that. I don't know, honestly, how I would fight a spino at that point. I don't know how. I have no idea. Jeez, that was just only at the base of the tail it hit me. Imagine if it hit me in the head. How much would a headshot deal to me? I would not want to deal... I do not want to fight a spino now, even more. I know I don't really need food, but I am gonna need content, so this guy's gonna have to get grabbed. And I missed. Never mind, I missed anyway, so it's not a big deal. Oh, never mind. Getting content right here. Dasp versus Sty. Wait, that Dasp is kind of small. Yeah, that Dasp not fully grown. Never mind. Yeah, Dasp I don't think is winning this fight. They're not fully grown, and not only that, missing a lot of their bone break bites. At least it missed the joust, but still. I don't think he's winning. Oh, wait, we actually got him? Never mind, sorry for doubting you. I'm gonna want food though, so... I need this sucker to give up a bit of that food. I'm trying to keep myself 100% fed. I'm not gonna third party you and kill you. Never mind. I guess I have to kill you now. Why do people never think that a Sarco was gonna have swerve? If a Sarco was approaching you on land to take some food from you, or even just on land in general, you should assume that they're most likely gonna have swerve. Man, I was only in this watering area for like, what, a few minutes and automatically already had action happening here. That was quick action. I didn't want to kill the Dasp. I didn't. But you know, that's a good way of teaching someone a lesson, like, to not try to get behind a croc, because swerve exists. Oh, sorry, Sarco. You don't miss that hook snap. Okay, he bit the tail. That's good. Ooh, gotcha. I think Patient Lurking's damage bonus is honestly the thing that helps a lot with this fight. Oh, I saw the tail for a little bit. I'm like, is that a Sarco? And I was correct. Hear another footstep out here, so I might want to get out of here. I do want to eat my food first, though, before I do anything. I actually did need food. Yeah, Patient Lurking is really good for that extra damage, honestly. That's actually really good. I didn't think 20% damage would honestly make a difference, but honestly, it does. It does make a difference. Guaranteed this fight would have lasted a little longer, or I could have potentially died. Oh, Hatsy. Fighting a conch and a spino? Alright, there. Done with the food. Time to get out of here. Looks like Mudflats is stacked with players here now. Conky's right there in the water with me. I gotta get out of here. I'm pretty sure I'm still faster than it, no matter what. And I never usually come to Mudflats. I thought since there was nobody here, though, I was like, you know what? I think I'll just check it out. Maybe there's one person. No, there was more than one. It was not just the Sarco. There is a Conky, and there is also a spino. Chances are they're probably grouped. Well, I think this is actually a good spot to end the video, though. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will talk to you all later. Peace.